Hello, you amazing peoples. Welcome back to MCC the Show, Part 2. In case you missed Part 1, check down in the description below because you do not want to miss a second of this top-tier Minecraft action.
We've got 4 games to go, and it appears to be a tight race between pink, red, blue, and purple. But it's not over yet. All teams are still in this competition.
Without further delay, let's take a look at the Decision Dome for the second half of MCC 15.
And we're back with the second half, Decision Dome. It's the audience blockout, meaning that the audience, the viewers, got to decide on Twitter which game they didn't want to be played next, and the one with the least votes would be picked. It's a very confusing process which has been manipulated by some of the players, but Technoblade isn't here with his army of fans, so let's see where all these little NPCs walk around. There's some cool skins down there. I wonder if my skin's down there. Probably not. And it's hole in the wall. That's going to be an exciting one. Lots of movement, and I feel like it's more of an equal playing field for all kinds of players.
Starting off Game 5 in the hole in the wall, and halfway through the match, we can see the Pink Parrots are doing pretty well. Tapple just fell off, but still in the game are Ranboo and Wilbur. Ranboo, for his first MCC, got 12th place. It's very good, especially since this is one of the hardest games to adapt to coming into your first MCC, mainly due to all of the stress that you would see. But then let's jump over to Illumina, who is infamous for getting over an hour legitimately on the practice server. Absolutely ridiculous time. Almost gets knocked off there, but does manage to survive. He's doing pretty well right now. He's made it to the top 3. Will he be able to secure the win? Was all that practice actually worth it? And it does not look like it. He gets pushed off and falls into second place. So let's take it over to Sapnap, who is in the top 2 of this round, and he gets the win. Orion Sound falls off, and Sapnap gets the first win.
Alright, and we're here with round 2. Going again. Who are you? We're watching in a little at the moment. A quick little jump through there in one of the holes, which you have to shift your way through. It's kind of difficult, but you see a lot of people moving around because you have the walls coming from all sorts of directions, but I'm sure we're all aware of this at this moment. Now we've got Quig here, and we all know that Quig is pretty damn good at the game, so he should be able to carry himself through a little bit, jump through there with the fence, another one with a hole. Well, I mean, I try to point out that there was a hole in the wall, but that is the point of every single wall. But he got ambushed from behind and is holding space to last as long as he can to get, I think that was second place to Sapnap again. That is 2 out of 3 so far for Sapnap.
We could see Sapnap on the track for a 3P. He's doing very well so far. Let's see, it's in round 3. He's still doing very well. Not many people have been eliminated, though. Oh, he's made it to the top 20, top 15. Could Sapnap pull off the 3P, the second person ever to do it? No, he cannot. He gets clipped off. He does manage to secure top 10. Very good performance overall. Just a little disappointing to not see the 3P. We do see a bunch of big players in here. We see Dream, Tapple, Fruitberries, CPK, F-Whip. Still a very competitive match. It's anyone's game at this point. We don't know. F-Whip just falls off. Let's take a look at Tapple. Always known for being a very good movement player. Let's see how he does. It's down to the top 5. It's getting very tense right now. Tapple trying to jump through every single hole. Almost misses that wall, but does manage to sneak through. Fruitberries does fall, and CPK as well. It's down to Tapple and Fundy. Will either of them fall off with 1 second left? Nope, they both survive and take the round. Sapnap putting on one of the best hole-in-the-wall performances we've ever seen, gaining the ridiculous amount of points this game awards to winners. This really helped Red secure their already nice lead as they were in second place before this game even started and ended comfortably in first.
Tapple also playing very well to score over 1,000 coins and take second place. Alright, it's time to vote for the 6th game of the tournament. We have Ace Race, Survival Games, Build Mart, and to get to the other side of Whack-A-Fan left. Alright, chickens are starting to pour in, some in Ace Race, actually most of them coming into Ace Race. You got one in Survival Games, you got one to get the other side, and one of the question mark, he's actually sitting on the line of the different sections. He hasn't decided which game he wants to choose, because the chickens often love to screw over, but you can see, look at that. Smallish Beans, he lets a fox out. That's not going to be very good. But Perlasamunum with the Mega Chicken, who was sitting in Ace Race, but then decided to walk out at the last second. So hopefully there's still enough chickens in there for Ace Race to be selected. It looks like it. I'm not going to lie. So let's see which game it is. Yes, as I said, it's Ace Race. Here we go. Ace Race, the space race map. Yeah, not controversial in the slightest, isn't it? Haha. Alright, we're gonna lead the way with Tapple on the pink parrots. I would argue that he is the strongest Ace Race player on their team, but they have such a stacked team that honestly you can make a case for any of them, and Ranboo hasn't even played it yet. But he's been having such a good tournament. We're not here to focus on him just at the moment. We're watching Tapple fly through this course. He seems to be sticking towards the top 10, surrounded by, you know, other experienced veterans of Ace Race, good players, Sapnap, Smager. They're making their way through the course, getting ahead. They want that early lead, which they can hold on to because Ace Race is about maintaining your position. Cut to Dream. He's also up here. I see Sapnap as well, and the three of them. Oh, I think there was a bit of a fall from Tapple, but moving on, Dream seems to just be going. He's side by side with his good buddy Sapnap, as the two of them want to just figure out, hey, we need some points here, we got to fly through this course, and they just, the Elytras is what they like to do. What do you think, Lucario?
Yeah, Elytras are very fun to use. Speaking of Elytras, actually, you can see Dream using a skip that was actually discovered by one of the testers, Manwithraft. He uploaded his run of Ace Race when he was testing it, and you just use the Elytra to skip an entire section. It just really shows how, like, the contestants are becoming more and more competitive, looking at how the testers just try and find ways to break these games and just do better and better. So as we cut over to In the Littlewood, who's doing very well, he's in third place with Illumina in second. Purple is doing very well this game, as well as Yellow, who have first and fourth place with Puns and CPK. This is looking like a very team-dominant game. Don't know if we'll see that from other games. Let's take a look at an individual player, Quig. We don't see him around any of his teammates, really, which makes sense because Preston is new, and Ace Race is one of the hardest games for new players to adjust to. But Quig is doing very well. He's sitting at 10th place around Tubbo, Captain Sparkles, all known to be good at Ace Race. But this is pretty much just standard space race. All the contestants have gotten much better since last time, now that they're more familiar with the map. You can see all the signs that they put in to stop Philza.
My favorite part of the map. I love the addition of those arrows. I was saying last time that they needed lots of arrows, and they delivered. They sure delivered on that front. Now we're going to actually cut to probably my favorite Ace Race player is Tubbo. I'm really, in a strange way, I feel proud of Tubbo, because look at him. He's in the top 8, and I know we all know that Tubbo's good, but I still feel like on some level he gets a little bit underrated, but he's definitely proving his worth, and he's been doing it for the last few events. But look at him, he's head-to-head with the likes of Philza, Wisp, and Tapple. Those are good Ace Race players, and I'm not doubting Tubbo's abilities. If anything, I'm trying to say the opposite, that I'm saying that he is able to compete with these players. Back with Quig again. Quig, obviously, we all know how good he's been. He's been a long-time MCC player, and he's bounced along the bounce pads, making his way through. He is... oh, look at that, 8th, I can't tell, but I think he's around 8th place, which is top 10, which you would like to see from a player like him.
Exactly, Quig is one of the best players in the event, always has been, and he's really showing that off right here, just soaring ahead of everyone else, and using another skip that was discovered by another tester during Nicolas. It's very hard to do, very few people even attempted it, where you just skip through the staircase at the very start of the map, just elytraing through it. It's definitely going to save him a lot of time. Cut over to Illumina, one of the fastest people in Minecraft. The speedrunner. It's his first time on this map, but he's doing so well. He's 3 seconds ahead of Puns, who also it's his second time on the map, so he's had more experience, but Puns is still doing very well. If you look in third place, it's Quig. That cut did very well for him, although he is around 20 seconds behind Illumina, so you can see the gap Illumina and Puns have created. And right as Illumina finishes, you can see that time, 5:23, absolutely ridiculous, followed very closely by Puns. Lockie, what do you think about this?
I feel like Puns is the park for what is, I believe you just said, his second tournament. Second place is an incredible finish. Here comes Quig behind in third place, but I gotta just shout out to Puns, who is doing so well. He seems to be like one of the most promising players in the event that we've seen in a while, because to stay head-to-head with the likes of Quig and Illumina are insane. And here comes CPK, another member of the yellow team, in fourth. That is yellow team, 2 places in the top 4. That is actually quite impressive. I think that is quite dominant from a team. And if you read the chat, you've got In the Littlewood in 5th, and Captain Sparkles, another Yellow Yaks team member in 6th place. Tubbo in 7th, proud of him. But look at that, that is Captain Sparkles, that is CPK, and Puns, all yellow team members placing in the top 6. And here comes Jack Manifold, the 4th and final member of the yellow team in 11th. That is all 4 of them finishing it in the top 11. That is insane. That is a dominant performance from the yellow team.
That is quite possibly the best performance from a team in Ace Race ever. very good job to the Yellow Yaks. That could possibly put them all the way up into the top standings of the event as a whole. But let's cover to Sapnap, who did pretty well on his team. Joel, who also did pretty well individually. But then let's cut over to the Pink Parrots. We have Wilbur and Ranboo, both very close to each other, 17th and 18th place, doing very well. And then cut over to Tapple, who's also in 20th. Pink is the second full team to finish. They were already doing so well in this event, and this is just making their lead even bigger. Let's cut over to Michael McChill.
Yep, we're here with Michael, don't worry, 38th place, he's still having a good time. He's beaten the likes of Connor Eats Pants. Connor is flying with Ace Race, and Michael comes to a finish. You know what, he managed to not fly into the finish line banner, so I'll have to give him that, even if he did place towards the end of the ranking. From out of nowhere, Yellow takes the win. That's what I'm talking about. You cannot count out anyone just yet. This dominant display has launched them from 6th into 2nd place overall.
Pink also doing very well, pushed themselves back into 1st place, and Red sadly undoing some of Sapnap's hard work from Hole in the Wall, dropping down to 4th place, with only Sapnap placing in the top 20 of Ace Race.
It's coming down to the wire. We got 2 games left to play and only 3, and immediately Filza has dunked the Pink Parrots. Oh, his friends are not going to be happy with that. Look at all the smiles in chat and angry face from Tubbo. It's coming down to the wire with a few teams left. You still have Red, who's in it, Pink, who's in it, but they've been dunked, so they don't get a choice in the matter. But you still have the likes of Yellow and Blue, and they all want to pick a game that's going to help them. Is that False Symmetry has traded place with a chicken. False Symmetry is currently being a chicken and running around in the pie. I am baffled by this. I believe it is a power-up just sitting in one of the sections of the pie. That is absolutely fantastic, and I want to see that happen more often. Which game is chosen? Oh, to get to the other side and whack a fan. Get to the other side. We're going to start with everyone's favorite, Terra Swoop Force. Everyone is gliding through this. It's like a pack of seagulls. Maybe not seagulls. I feel like they're a bit faster than seagulls, not going to lie. But we're going to follow Illumina, and he's just trailing Phil's of Minecraft. Do you think he can overtake the god today, the god of Minecraft, the man who created it, the man with the wings, the heaven angel, if you will? I have a really good crush on Phil's of Minecraft. I'm not going to lie. What do you think, Lucario?
I really don't think anyone could overtake Filza Minecraft. Filza is just an absolute god at Terra Swoop Force. We've seen the amount of hours he's put into this game, but it was a very close finish. Filza barely edging out against Illumina. Both insanely fast players. Illumina just so naturally fast from his years of speedrunning. Filza's just naturally fast with the Elytra from all his practice in Terra Swoop Force. Let's go over to F-Whip, who is the last on his team to finish, but his team is doing very well for themselves. Quig just finished, and F-Whip finishes 21st to get the first team bonus.
Oh, nice.
Very good team bonuses, because even if your team doesn't do super well as a whole, the team bonus can make up for that. So if you're not the fastest player, even if you can't beat Illumina to the end, you can still get a very good score. As you can see, Blue Bats are technically in first right now.
Yeah, look at this. We're going to cut now. We're on the second map, which is called Industry. We're following Puns. Puns is going to be, second. He's just missed out to Fruit Berries there. But I just want to see what the heck Wilbur is doing. He seems to be above the mat, Lucario. Look down. Those are not ants down there. Those are the other players. This is some galaxy brain strategy. Look.
Wilbur, he talked about doing this in MCC 14, actually. He's just looking up there, wondering if he could bridge up, and he finally committed to it, and it worked. He and
teammates
Tubbo
doing it
both
too.
Went up there to get the team bonus. Pink absolutely killing this game. Let's cut over to Sapnap on the map Pit. Infamous for punching people into the void constantly. Sapnap gets a very early kill on Tommy in it. Goes for Fundy as well.
I can't speed bridge there. I just followed Fruit, and that worked beautifully. I got 4th.
Sapnap gets a very nice finish in 4th place. Coveter Joel, who's also doing quite well for his team. The Blue Bats currently in 2nd. And Joel jumps over, landing in 10th, getting very nice points.
What the heck? I don't know what we're doing. I'm doing quite well in this.
Alright, next map, Basins. I mean, I just call it the Trident map. I like Ace Race, and I see a Trident, my mind immediately goes to Ace Race. We're going to follow F-Whip with the Blue Bats. Blue Bats doing well, 2nd place currently. And it's not even by like a big margin. It's still close between anyone. I mean, look at Pink Parrots. They're barely 100 points ahead. And here goes F-Whip, nails it right through the wall there, and manages to finish in 4th. Big in 5th. their teammates. Oh, look at that. Smallish Beans in 10th, Preston in 11th. That is all four of them getting that team bonus, the first 11 to finish.
That is a ridiculously fast team finish. 11th place as your slowest player. It's almost a record finish. Let's go over to Ranboo, who's already doing so well for his first MCC. Let's see how he does on the skydive map, punching players off like an absolute pro. And he's actually in the front of the pack. He's managing to avoid getting punched off. He's near the top, tries to punch off Sapnap. It doesn't really work. He does a slight jitter bridge to try and get around, jumps off, and gets his first place in to get to the other side. A very close finish between him, Sapnap, and Illumina, but he does clutch it out for his team.
I'm so proud of I'm not Sapnap. I mean, I am proud of Sapnap, I'm not going to lie, he's doing well. Second place, but I am very proud of Ranboo for that, because that was very close between him and Sapnap to get that. That was a very close finish. I mean, you would have needed a photographer if we didn't have it programmed in to tell you, but we're going to move on now. We're moving on to map 6 of number 6. It's the final one, and it's everyone's favorite launcher. Not at all difficult to get the grasp of. Not many people in this event have actually played this, because it's only been played in a couple of tournaments a while ago. So we have many people here who are experiencing this for the first time, but Puns doesn't seem to mind. He is off and getting the hang of it quite quickly. Look at that. There is just so much composure and maneuvering. My bad, composure with his maneuvering, the way he's going through the map. He turns, he launches, and he's switching back to make sure he can get there, running across what looks like the scene from Wipeout, and he's nailing it.
Exactly. This game requires a very specific type of player. One player in history, Krinios, has absolutely dominated this map before, but Puns gets first place. Absolutely phenomenal performance from him for his first time ever on this map. We can see Tubbo trying to struggle to get through this map. As we said, it's very difficult for players to try and get a grasp of this. Many players did not finish this map the first time it came around, so we could see that again, where many players just don't get a finish at all. If a team is able to fully finish, that'll be massive, and it looks like Pink might be able to do it, because Tapple, Wilbur both finished. Tubbo, the last player on his team to get there. He's not far from the finish. There is 10 seconds left, though. Will he be able to get it? And he does. He gets the team bonus, pushing his team barely into first by 10 coins. Coming out of this Game 7, we see Pink barely squeaking out of first place over the Blue Bats. Despite this, it's still quite close between the top teams. Pink will need to put in a very solid performance in Game 8 to ensure their Dodgebolt chances.
Alright, here we go. Last decision dome. Time to decide the final game. 2 options left, Build Mart and Survival Games. How many times has it come down to one of these two to be the finale game? And everyone wants it to be Build Mart, except I saw some fire thrown in there. There are some greens using their crossbows on the ones in Build Mart, as more chickens are now heading into Survival Games. You know, with all the teams that are left, it is such a close battle at the moment for the 2 teams to get into Dodgebolt that if it's Survival Games, the teams are just going to have to go crazy. I feel like that is, it's random enough for it to be anyone's game. And Build Mart, you know, very team point heavy, it might keep the consistent results, but with Survival Games, I can't even tell how close. That's very close, but it could be anyone's game to see in Dodgeball, and it is. It's Survival Games. Yes, we did it. We got a Survival Games finale. Let's take it on over. Here we go, Lucario. Survival Games, the final game of the event. It's anyone's game at this point. It is a close fight, at least between blue, red, pink, and yellow, but any other team can make us big surprise, and it's going to be an exciting one. We're starting out with Quig of the Blue Bats, and everyone wants to just run away from mid. I think he looted 1 chest, but he wants to get out of there because no one is going to want to engage in fights, at least not early on, are they? Because survival points are going to be big in this game, and people want to survive so they can get those points to make Dodgebolt, alright? So they're going to try and stick together, as all teams should be, and you're not going to see a lot of fights early on.
Absolutely. Any survival points are very crucial, because if one team sweeps, all you need are survival points to be the second place team and push yourself into Dodgebolt, especially with that 3 times multiplier. This game is so volatile. Let's cover the red team, who's gearing up, mainly Dream and Sapnap. They're 2 strongest PvPers. It's a very strong team. Sapnap wanting to be aggressive right now, but Dream pulls him back. This team really knows the focus of survival points. They're just focusing on trying to survive as long as possible, gearing up, and waiting till the end to get those crucial kills. Just keep looting chests. Quackity's still with nothing. Let's jump over to yellow, Locky.
Yeah, here we go. We've got Jack Manifold of the Yellow Yaks. Yellow Yaks are a team that have started to pull back towards the end of this tournament, alright? They know that they actually have a chance of making Dodgebolt if they play this smart. We got CPK running around with a crossbow. Oh, now we've cut perspectives over again. Here back with Sapnap. He's on the run. I don't know if he's running to or from someone, but they're moving as a unit. I think he's got all of his team behind him because, as you said, they've stacked up Dream. They've stacked up Sapnap. They're looting a supply crate. That is actually good. There's some good stuff there. TNT, a powerful crossbow, dropping apples for everyone because they're like, all right, guys, this is it. If we do this right, we make Dodgebolt. They're a strong team. If they make Dodgebolt, they have the strongest chances of winning. So it's just about playing this last game correctly. And honestly, Red definitely has the potential to win survival games, which gives them the points they're going to need. Blue Bats with Preston now, they're seeing opponents over there. As you can see, they look and they back up. Here's another team running at them, and they're all just retreating. No one wants to commit to a fight yet. Committing to a fight is putting you at risk of losing players. Losing players obviously gives the enemy team points for kills, but you also lose points for placement because you're having one less person do so. Here's Red Team. They're hiding behind a little boulder, all right? It's a game of hide and seek at the moment, I'm going to be honest.
It is a big game of hide and seek. They do see Purple split up. They're debating going in for the kill, but they do not get there in time because the only time they really feel comfortable getting kills is when they have the power of numbers on them. Let's jump over to Tapple on Pink, who's looting some chests, trying to gear up his team. Purple coming up from behind, rushing them to get an early kill on Ranboo. Ranboo is the first person on that team to die, very detrimental because they are so close to Dodgebolt, but they lost one player, which would have been so many survival points. Tapple does get a kill in return on Ren the Dog, but it's still so painful to lose a member this early on because Ranboo's going to have very few points for this entire game. Tapple fires off a couple warning shots as people run away.
You were right there. As they engaged in that, they did manage to trade a kill. So each team is now down to 3 members of Purple and Pink. But I could see during the fight that Tubbo himself got down really low in terms of his health. He got down to about, I want to say like 5 or 6 HP. So it was really smart for them to back up. Here's Blue again. I say as we cut to them already. They're just running along. They're being fired down upon. I think this is Green that's attacking them. I can't tell. Oh yeah, and Fundy gets the shot off on smallish beans, which is good. You don't need to take out a whole team. A team like Green is doing it smart. They just take out one, get the points for that one kill.
Jump over to Puns on the Yellow Yaks. Yellow, one of the teams that is in contention for Dodgebolt, goes to pick off Green Lime, who lost Fruit Berries already. Puns goes in, gets a nice kill on Kara Corvus. This is not looking very good for Lime, but very good for Yellow, who still has all 4 team members alive, getting all those very nice survival points, as well as going in for a couple kills. So their Dodgebolt chances just keep rising every time.
Now jumping over to Red Rabbits, who they're coming out to be a little more dominant. They're seeing the remnants of Purple Team, it looks like, and they're going, all right, here's an opportunity for us to get some kills that they consider easy kills. Get those points because all they need is a couple kills and then they can go back to focusing on those survival points. You don't need to kill everyone in the game, but just a few kills can make a difference between 1st and say 5th, and that's exactly what they do. So we've got Sapnap here. He's running along with the crossbow. He's trying to shoot. Oh, and what a shot on Illumina that was. And that's all they need. They don't even need to follow through with the team. They could retreat. All right, we got Quig in the house here. Lucario, what's going on here?
Blue already 1 player down. It's not looking good for their chances of getting into Dodgebolt. They try to cut off Cyan, but it goes pretty well. But 5UP gets an amazing splash potion kill on Quig. That pretty much just decimates any chance they have, as they now only have 2 players to try and make it into Dodgebolt. It's not looking good for them. This might be Blue out for the count.
And speaking of which, there goes Puns, just taking out False Symmetry. There's Yellow Team with another kill. Now, Puns has 2 kills. All right, they came here to fight. They're not ready to go down. They want to make it to Dodgebolt. They may be the underdogs in this situation, but they're not going to let anyone think that with the way they've been playing this game.
Let's take it back over to the Red Rabbits. They see Blue down players now. They see as well as their opportunity for kills. So we see Dream going in, charging after F-Whip and Preston. Preston tries to fend him off, but they are players down, so it's very hard for them to actually survive right now. These kills would be very good for Red. It would just boost their points, even furthering their chances of getting into Dodgebolt. Dream just firing off all these arrows, following Michael McChill, who they're just both rushing and trying to get these kills.
Yeah, Dream's being a bit of a leader. If you listen into the commentary, he's just making sure his team's with them. He doesn't want anyone to be split up, because as soon as someone strays off on their own, it's bad news bears and they can be taken out. More shots going in. What's going on with Dream? He is shooting at this team. Oh, he wants to engage, and just boom, insta-whipped kill. And we're going to swap over to Wilbur. Wilbur's with his team. Once again, you're going to be hard pressed to find someone on their own. Wilbur, they're all very close together. They're sticking as a unit, one body moving all together. They've come back to spawn. They're a player down. There's just 3 pinks now. so they need to stay alive. They cannot afford to engage with most teams being outnumbered. But as long as they can get to a smart position and just hold off until the zone starts to close in on mid, that'll give them the best chance they can. They're in 6th right now with coins, which is not looking good. They need to get more. And I don't know how many more they can get, but as long as they just listen to Tapple's leadership, they stand a chance.
Exactly. It's not looking good for Pink. Let's cut over to Yellow, who does see Aqua. Pink needs to try and get some kills like Aqua is doing, but it's kind of be hard for Pink with 3 players. Yellow still with 4. Goes after Aqua, who also appears to have 4 players. They're engaging in a ranged fight. Nobody wants to fully commit to that full-on PvP. Punz does get a kill on MiChu. Let's cut over to Tubbo, who's sitting in mid with his team, trying to clean off the kills of people who are alone, just sitting in mid without their team. Preston gets away from Tubbo as he was trying to shoot at him, but Tubbo gets around the boulder, gets a kill. Doing quite good for the Pink Parrots, but it may not be enough. Just without Ranboo, it hurts so much for the survival points.
They just got to be smart about it. That's all I can say right now. They're being chased by other teams. They were honestly the victims right there of a sandwich. They had a team up onto their right and they got attacked from the left. Tubbo went down. Wilbur's still alive. He's engaging in a fight with the captain. I don't know how smart that can be. But there's Krinios. He tried to go for the sneaky cheat kill as he ran by, but it was just too unfortunate as he goes down. Pink is now out of it, and I think there goes their Dodgebolt chances as well. Cat and Sparkle's fighting for Yellow. All of them still together. This is insane. They're playing quite a dominant game as well as Red, but they're not playing so dominant as well as aggressive, but they're playing smarter. They're going after individual kills together. They see one person, we want that person, they go and get that person. Here they are, they're about to finish off Crest. He's Jack Manifold, can't get it, so he retreats again. Sees Krinios, Krinios is low, and almost with the kill, come on. There we go, he gets it.
As we said, Yellow doing very well, getting those kills, still keeping all of their players alive. CPK is the first one to die, but Red also all 4 players alive, getting all of those kills. We see Punch trying to go in on Kratz, he does not get it. Yellow retreating, still trying to stick together as a unit, but they are getting closed in by the border. Red looking very intimidating with all 4 players alive. They're outnumbered. It's going to be very hard for them. I don't know if they will actually be able to survive this, but they did put in a very good fight. We are down to the top 5 teams, and Yellow was already in a good position to get to Dodgebolt. But Punz's team is just dying off now. He's the last one. He's at half a heart. Fought valiantly. He got some kills, but it may not be enough. Who knows?
It didn't seem to be enough. Which again, we're with Sapnap, who has had a very dominant game. He's got 4 kills. He takes out Pearlescent Moon, my bad, with the Orange Ocelots. Orange actually doing exceedingly well. Look at that. They're in 2nd place right now. Shubba goes down, though. It's too unfortunate. I don't think anyone can stop Red at this point. They are shredding down the last of the Orange Ocelots. There's 1 player remaining. It's green. I think it's all but over. And Red does it. Look at that. They've just taken the survival games wins, followed by Orange, then Yellow, then Green. Which means the other teams that were in contention, Pink and Blue, it's going to be close. Did Yellow get enough to sneak in? I think they might have, but we don't know if Blue or Pink could have held off, because I think the fact that they placed so low has ended their Dodgebolt chances, but without a doubt, Red has smashed it with 7,600 coins. They took the win in survival games. There you have it. The Red Rabbits smash it out of the park to win survival games and earn the 1st spot in Dodgebolt. The Yellow Yaks managed to snatch up the 2nd slot in Dodgebolt as they look to end Captain Sparkle's curse after a wonderful underdog performance.
Heading into Dodgebolt, the Red Rabbits are the favorite, as Dream is consistently one of the best Dodgebolt players, paired with Sapnap, who had a great ace in MCC 14. They're not the fan favorites though, as everyone would like to see the captain's curse broken, Jack Manifold earn his first win, and CPK and Punz redeem themselves from MCC 14.
And just quick, a shout out to the Pink Parrots and the Blue Bats, who both performed incredibly well this event, and both teams did have a first-time player. They unfortunately fell short this time, so let's take it on over to Dodgebolt and see who will win. Alright everyone, this is it. We got Dodgebolt between the Yellow Yaks and the Red Rabbits. Red Rabbits honestly look like a really strong Dodgebolt team, but the Yellow Yaks want to win this because they're the underdogs, but also to end Captain Sparkle's curse, as he didn't get 3rd this time and he wants a win.
Starting off right away, we see CPK go for the arrow and give it to Punz using his MCC 14 strategy of trying to get all the early arrows off. Red did not even go for the arrow. We see Punz lining up his first shot on Dream. In between Dream and Sapnap, deciding to shoot at Dream, goes for the first shot, but it misses. Not the best performance from Punz, but it's the first shot, so we can see where it goes. Sapnap has both the arrows. Let's see how he does.
I think this is Dream, actually. He's firing off, but he misses them. But don't worry, he's going to retreat, though, and he's going to keep going, because what they're going to focus on is trying to just dodge and bait in the arrows, so they can obviously give it to the person who has some great hot hands, as they're calling it in the community. And you can see in the chat, I know this isn't very important, but the chat does not seem to be in favor of the red team. Everybody, if you look up at the other players spectating, they're really in favor of yellow winning this. But red is dominant now. It's giving it to Sapnap. Sapnap's got both the arrows now.
Sapnap having very good aim back in MCC 14, and it's showing in MCC 15 as he gets puns, the first blood of this Dodgebolt. But yellow has both the arrows. It's only a 3v4. It's still definitely a very doable comeback. Jack Manifold and CPK both lining up the shots. Will they be able to get any kills off? Or will this be a sweep? Oh, 2 kills! Could the captain's curse actually be broken? That is huge. Granted, they did leave the 2 strongest shooters, but CPK did dodge one of the arrows. It is now a 2v2. Things are heating up.
They got the arrows again. Yep. Poor Jack Manifold's been taken out, but they got to take out Dream and Sapnap. Taking out one of them is honestly better than taking out neither of them. I'm going to be honest, but I think anyone could agree to that. They're lining up the shot. CPK, this is some teamwork. They're really desperate here. There we go. Captain Sparkles takes out Sapnap. CPK with the shot on Dream. Can he do it? Can he do it? We're spectating his Dream now. He's dodging. Look at that. He's doing it at F5. He is moving. It's actually making me motion sick. It's lovely. Ah, the arrow misses. So Dream's got a chance now to pull off a 1v2, and I'm going to say there's very few people in this tournament who could probably pull off a 1v2 comfortably, but Dream is at the top of that list as he takes out CPK. Particles in the way. That's not going to stop him. He takes out Captain as well. They take the first round. Remember, it's a first of 3. They win the event. Dream has secured one in the bag.
Kicking off round 2, Red having a very strong start with Dream getting a 1v2. Red, once again, going for the strategy of not getting their starting arrow. They're going to wait for both. Yellow, CPK jokingly tries to go for red arrow, but Noxcrew designs their games very well. Cannot get it. Sapnap not even looking up as he's dodging. This man is ridiculous. It's so hard to predict his movements. He gets the arrow. Dream has the second, gives it to Sapnap. Will Sapnap get the kill? Oh, immediately gets puns. He's just not letting him play the game today.
Yeah, and he went for CPK with his second shot. You know that the red team, they've decided the order of what players they need to take out because they know that they need to get puns out first. Same with yellow team. They want to get rid of Sapnap. They want to get rid of Dream as fast as they can. Hasn't been working in their favor. CPK goes down. We're with the captain now. That was a close call there. It's a 2v4, and it's one thing to try and take on a 2v4, but when 2 of the 4 is Dream and Sapnap, it's not looking good. But you know what? They're underdogs, and they're going to fight through it. Captain Sparkles is lining up his shot. Lining it up, and he takes it, gets Michael. That's good. You want to do that. He's taking at least one out of the way.
The captain having very good shooting despite his lack of experience in Dodgebolt, but he does die to Sapnap, one of the best shooters. It's all down to Jack Manifold. We've only ever seen one 1v3 before in MCC. Joel back in MCC 8. His name does start with a J. Maybe there's some power in that lever. He gets Sapnap. That's huge, but he misses Dream. It's going to be very tough regardless. His Dream is such a good shooter. He does have an arrow, but it's so risky to get it because that's an easy shot for Dream, but it doesn't matter. Red Rabbits take round 2. All right, heading into game 3 of Dodgebolt. This is match point for the Red Rabbits, but taking a look, Puns is on the other team. If anyone can pull off this reverse sweep, it is Puns, as we saw in MCC 13. What a beautiful comeback from him and his team. Could we see that again? Nobody wants to take the first shot, though, in this Dodgebolt. Red's strategy has always been this, but yellow, it's not been working well for them, so they want to try and switch this up. Nobody's really making a move yet. They're all just jumping around like a bunch of butterflies, just confused of what to do. All right. Sapnap gives Dream the arrow. Dream's still in F5. He's not actually planning to take a shot. He's just looking for someone to shoot at him. He wants to bait out the second arrow. Will anyone actually take the bait? I believe Puns on the other team has the arrow. Puns lines up the shot. Dream reacts beautifully and gets the arrow.
All right, that was well played by Dream. You can hear his laughing. He's a madman. But I would like to just ask you very quickly, in what universe do butterflies jump?
Oh, every universe.
Okay, well that's good, because in every universe it looks like Dream is a dominant Dodgebolt player. But that does not mean that the Yellow Yaks are going to give up. They just don't want to. It doesn't matter. They're not looking at the score to the right, alright? It's 2-0. That doesn't mean anything. There is still a chance for them to win. And look at that. Puns has just had a beautiful shot on Sapnap that was aimed perfectly. Now he's on the dodging. He's on the dodging. Look at him go. But they're, jeez, it is coming in. The border is closing in, and oh, Puns has been taken out.
It's down to the final 2 players on yellow, CPK and Jack Manifold. A 2v3. Could we see the comeback? It is still possible. It's not as hard as the 1v3 as we saw Jack Manifold in last time. So they both each have an arrow. Misses Dream. CPK still has an arrow, and he's aiming for Dream, and he misses as well. This is not looking good. Dream, such a deadly shooter.
Lucario, it's bad news bears. It's bad news bears. They're firing down at yellow.
It is a 1v3 once again, similar to the Team Joel 1v3 though. Dream and Michael McChill, just Quackity instead of King Burn.
I would love to see Jack Manifold clutch this. Misses the first shot. There's still 3 reds. Manifold lines up his second shot. Can he do it? Can he do it? Oh, come on, please, please, Jack. Just win it. You gotta win it. Just this one, and then you can work your way back through the next couple of rounds. You cannot have Dream end it here, but Dream goes for a quick shot. And just like that, Red Rabbits take the crown.
Red Rabbits won MCC 15, a clean sweep of Dodgebolt. Congratulations to the Red Rabbits on winning MCC 15. Good job to the Yellow Yaks as well for making it to Dodgebolt. We are one step closer to inevitably breaking the dreaded Captain's Curse.
And thank you for watching MCC the show. We hope you enjoyed yourself, and hitting the like button is the best way to show us that you did and you want to see more. And if you're still itching for a little bit more MCC content, then stick around on our channel for MCC post-show. Make sure you've hit the subscribe button to be notified when it's released.